So if you're brand new, have you done any kind of yoga at all? Is it just first time ever doing yoga? Wow, that's interesting. Okay. All right, so we always start each class with a formal mantra. It's kind of like the tradition. That means we're really starting, so pay attention. But this opening mantra, Ong, O-N-G, Ong, when you pronounce it correctly, Ong, try it. Ong. Your tongue comes up against your upper palate, the roof of your mouth, and it vibrates this whole frontal lobe of your brain. Mantras are designed to focus the mind, to stimulate your nervous system. They're power words. So Om means creative energy, creative process, creative force, creator, however you define that, on all these different levels. When you come to a yoga class, you're taking on a new set of challenges, new set of ideas, whatever. You're going to be exploring those elements of yourself. Maybe you've never been in that area of your life before or even faced that. Things come up. So that's what Om means. Namo, the second word, means to honor that process. Go through the process. Be open to the process. When you chant Om, Om stimulates this frontal lobe of the brain. That's where you process all this new stuff, okay? Your neocortex. Second part of the mantra, Guru Dev Namo. Guru, you might have heard of that word. It means teacher, master, spiritual teacher. But if you break it down in its component parts, it's Gu going to Ru. It's a transformational process. You're dealing with going from Gu ignorance to Ru knowledge. You're dealing with going from Gu darkness to Ru light. You're going from Gu imbalance to Ru balance. You're going from not knowing to knowing. Everybody has their own multifaceted dynamics that are going on in their life. So it's Guru Dev. Dev means within the self. This is a process of you dealing with your own stuff. It's not you to pay attention to your neighbor and decide whether he's doing it right or wrong, or she. It's all about you. It's not about me. I'm just here delivering the mail. You know, when a guy delivers the mail, you look at it, some of it's junk, you throw it in the trash. So after today, there's no obligation. If this is not for you, fine. Just move on. That's what it's all about. So, Guru Dev Namo. Honor this transformational process that's going on within the self and helps you to work with it, whatever you're doing. Now, I have a sign-in sheet there. You can sign it if you want, or you don't have to sign it. But the whole idea of signing that is, if you want a copy of the yoga set and meditation, I will send you a copy. I'll even try to send you some links to the YouTube music. Oh gosh, we're running out of room. Can people kind of move together, fill in some gaps so that there's room for other people? People like to have their own space, but you know, I just know in India there was always room for one more. They would just squeeze more and more people into a space. There's always room for, I guess they didn't have fire marshals in India because, you know, in America they have a fire marshal because, oh, you're only allowed to have so many people in a space. So that's how we start each class. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We'll do Om Namo on the first breath. We'll do Guru Dev Namo on the second breath. Okay? So that is in a nutshell how we start the class. We'll worry about how to end the class at the end of class. It's not so hard. Okay, I think we're going to begin. Let me just get everything set up here.
Is your phone off?
Yeah. So we always start with our hands in prayer pose. And the reason for that is there's 72,000 nerve endings in this hand, 72,000 nerve endings in this hand, and so when you bring them together, you're bringing the left side of your nervous system together with the right, so you get that energy of the nervous system circulating around and also balancing itself out. That's what it's all about. It's kind of a primal thing that people just naturally learn to help them focus and center their minds and stuff like that. So try to do this with your eyes closed. Inhale slowly through the nose. Take it up and take it all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. Let your belly expand down and out like a balloon. Fill into the rib cage. Keep the heart center elevated. Shoulders relax. Inhale some more. Up through the neck. Neck lock in place. The head is not up and back. The head is not down into the chest. You're staying straight, level. You pull the chin back a little bit. Creates tension at the base of the skull. That straightens the spine under the base of the neck. Most people are running around like this, you know. And so they're pinching off the back of their skull. It's pinching off their spinal flow. So fill up to the top of the head. Feel that energy. That's prana, life force energy. It's not the oxygen. It's the spark within the atom, the blueprint of the universe. Neutrons, electrons, protons doing their cosmic dance. And exhale, letting the tension go from the head, the neck, the chest, the rib cage. Pull the navel back. Push the air all the way out. Empty those lungs completely. That's called a long, deep breath. Again, inhale deeply, full deep breath. Fill the belly. Expand into the rib cage. Fill the chest. Shoulders relax. Neck lock in place. Fill all the way up top of the head. Keep the head, neck lock in place. Inhale some more. 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 Hold the breath. Feel that energy. Try to hold the breath. Keep that heart center elevated. It helps keep that air in. And exhale, letting the tension go. Now we'll doing this mantra on 2 breaths, so we'll inhale deeply to begin. Om Namo on the first breath, so inhale some more. Om. Again. Last time. Deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Okay, we need to scrunch in a little bit. You might want to fold your blanket in half there. Make some more room. Okay, there's some spaces here. If you could scoot up or scoot over toward the wall or scoot toward the middle.
Pardon me.
There's an open space. There's some space here. I know everybody prefers the back, but we're
Bring
all
it
friends
on
here.
up.
That's why I
Come
put
on
on.
down.
Why don't you scoot up a little more, Just Paul? That way I'll give them plenty of room there. There's plenty of room there. There you go.
I rarely bite.
Rarely.
Truth be told.
Okay, everybody settled in? All right. Okay, so let's grab a hold of our shins right here. For those of you who are brand new, I'm going to turn sideways. And this is called spinal flex. You inhale, you roll the hips forward. It's kind of a subtle movement, but you'll feel it. And you elevate the heart center straight up. Keep the neck lock in place. As you exhale, just relax back and round the hips back. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Now don't be moving the head. We're not bobblehead yogis. You don't do this. We'll do that later. This moves the spinal fluid up and down the spine. Get as much movement in that lower back as you can. Now, if this is brand new to you, that lower back is going to feel achy. That's because we sit too much. We're very sedentary. We sit a lot. Hunched over computers, behind steering wheels of cars, texting, seeing what else is on TV with the remote. You know, you're constantly doing.
The thumb gets tired.
I think there's going to be some massive carpal tunnel syndrome because people do this all the time. They're playing video games, they're doing it too. They're going to have, the thumb represents your ego, so we're going to have a lot of oversized egos. So just move your spine as best you can, forward and backward. This moves the spinal fluid up and down the spine. It helps to stimulate your entire nervous system. It also goes up through the blood-brain barrier. It actually goes up into your, stimulating your brain waves as well. They actually did some research back in the 70s, God forbid, and UCLA out in California, where they found that this helps to increase the brain waves that help you to have clarity of thought. Take your time. It's not a jiggly, it's not a jiggle contest. Keep the focus within yourself so that you can explore that vast universe. You're taking in that breath, that pranic energy. That pranic energy is that life force energy, the blueprint of the universe. Every breath you take in trillions of atoms. You're pulling that life force energy into your system. The breath is the driving force behind the yoga. So use your mental focus and your consciousness to direct the energy, that life force energy, to where you're feeling the tension or the soreness. Let it penetrate the area. On that inhale, as you exhale, let the tension go with the breath. It's a balance between prana, the life force energy, and apana, the releasing, letting go. Last few seconds now. Powerful breath. Focus at the brow point. Point between the eyebrows, top of the nose. Inhale, straight spine, full deep breath like we did in the beginning. Take it all the way down. Fill the belly. Fill into the rib cage. Fill the chest. Heart center elevated. Shoulders relaxed. Neck lock in place. Fill all the way up. Top of the head. Inhale some more. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Hold the breath for a moment. Feel the energy. And exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale. Exhale. Now extend your left leg out in front of you. Right foot against the thigh. Or the knee, or if you can only do it against your shin. Just do the best you can. That's what it's all about. If you're sitting on an elevated cushion, it's better to do these exercises flat on the ground. Okay, you're going to inhale in the upright position, full deep breath. Keep the spine straight. You're going to turn toward that left leg. You're going to really face off. Your heart center is the key here. Keep the head in line with the spine and lean forward. When you feel the pressure of the stretch, anchor yourself. Depending on your flexibility, if you can grab your toes or your ankle or behind the leg, it's up to you. Just work within the dynamics of the pressure of the stretch. And then exhale and let your body relax a little deeper into the stretch. And hold that position. Lock it in there. Take another deep breath. Full deep breath. And exhale, letting the tension go. Lean forward, the heart center. Keep the head up. Don't drop the head down. Keep it in line with the spine. We want that straight flow up and down the spine. If you got a kink in the pipeline, inhale. Exhale, relax into it. Try to stretch that heart center toward the knee, but don't force it. You're relaxing into it. One last time. Inhale. Exhale, relax into it. Now, bring both hands on your knees. If you don't have any flexibility, inhale upright. Exhale, press the heart center down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now don't cheat and bend the knee. You're not going to be stretching that life nerve. The life nerve goes from the big toe up the inside of the leg, up through that side of the spine. Keep the head straight in line with the spine. Don't have the head up and back like this. Keep it straight. Learn how to stay in line with the spine. That's a good training. Work within the dynamics of the pressure of the stretch. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Keep leaning forward, up and down. It gets you, kind of pumps that energy. Up and down. Just if you only can move a little bit, just do this. That's all you do. You're putting a little pressure on that life nerve and you're coming back up. Pressure, release. Pressure, release. Okay, inhale upright. Last time, full deep breath. And exhale, relax forward. Let the tension go. And inhale upright. Now stretch the arms all the way up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Spread the fingers wide. Tension in the fingers and palms. Stretch up. Inhale some more. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come on. Elbows locked straight. Stretch up. If there was $1 million up there, you'd learn how to stretch a little more. Well, your divine awareness is up there. That's priceless. Stretch. It's opening you up to your higher self. Exhale, relax. Switch legs. Okay, same process. Square yourself onto that knee. Keep that heart center and the spine straight. Lean from the hips. Heart center down towards the knee. Pressure of the stretch. Lock yourself in. Now don't do it with one hand because that turns your body. Do it with both hands so you can square off. just relax into the stretch. Inhaling and exhaling, relaxing into the stretch. Send the energy of that breath to where you're feeling the tension. Keep working on that area. Hold the posture, keep breathing. Now if you can't grab your toes, grab your ankles so you can firmly lock yourself in there. Work within the dynamics of the pressure of the stretch. Keep breathing long and deep. Remember, the breath is the driving force. When you breathe long and deep like this, after a period of time, you're going to feel like you got a surplus of energy. I don't need to breathe as much like this. But what happens is you build a surplus of energy into your system, and that starts shifting the electrostatic charge in the muscles so the body will let go of the residual tension. Now keep the head in line with the spine and just lean forward into it. Relax into it. Breathe. Keep breathing. Learn to be able to take deep breaths when you're in a kind of a tense situation. This is kind of a tense situation, not extreme, but it is. You're creating a pressure, a gentle pressure on yourself. Okay, now put your hands on your knees. Inhale upright. Exhale, press the heart center down toward the knee. Inhale up, exhale down. Now if you're super flexible, you can hold on to your toes. Make sure you inhale up, exhale, press the heart center down. Inhale up, exhale down. We're stretching out that life nerve. You'll live longer. By keeping this life nerve stretched out, tuned up, so to speak, you'll have plenty of energy for your nervous system, whether you're 8 or 108. That's what it's all about. Face your need. Don't be looking at me. I'm not doing anything extraordinary. Last few seconds. Turn your shoulders so that you're full head on, facing down that pressure of the stretch. Last time, inhale up, exhale, stretch forward and down. Last time, relax into the stretch. And slowly inhale upright, full deep breath. Exhale. Now bring both feet out in front of you. Okay. Oh, that's right. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Thank you. Some of you have done this before. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You're reaching for a priceless gem. Your universal, unimpaired, unblocked higher consciousness. Exhale, relax down. Okay, now with both legs out in front of you, inhale in the upright position. Now lean that heart center down toward the knee. Relax into the stretch. Grab the toes or the ankles. Relax and breathe long and deep. Now if you can hold on to your toes, you can pull on them, and that helps to stretch out that Achilles tendon in the back of your ankles there. Holding on to the toes. Just breathe long and deep. Relax into the stretch. Again, use the energy of the breath. Let the energy of the breath help you to process the tension. Release. Let go of the tension. That's the second part of this whole dynamic. Apana. Learning how to let it go. I think there's a space right here between these two guys up front here, toward by the door here. Keep breathing, keep going, pay attention to yourself. When you have your eyes open, 70% of your awareness is projected out, and you're paying attention 70% of the time what's going on around you. Only about 30% is paying attention to what's going on inside. This is all about you. That's what this is all about. Keep breathing, keep relaxing into it. Yoga is basically an elaborate process of forgiveness. You're undoing all the stuff that you created for yourself, your quote karma. You have to allow yourself to relax and let the divine flow through you, because we have a lot of doubts about whether God is within us or not, or however you define that creative flowing process for yourself. Just keep breathing. Now inhale, bring yourself up straight. Place both hands on the knees. Exhale, press that heart center down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now if you can only move this far, move this far. Don't bend the head down, keep the head straight. Lean with the heart center. This help open up the heart center. If you drop your head down, you're becoming a butthead yogi. We're not trying to plow our way through stuff. We're just trying to relax into it. To allow the flow to happen. Let the energy circulate, let the tension go. It's all about letting go of. Just gently rock forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. You know how little kids, they like to be in a rocking chair. It's the same kind of thing. You're just kind of rocking yourself forwards and backwards. Sat Nam, that's the truth manifesting. Nam is the manifestation of that totality of truth, the Sat Nam. Basically, we're trying to manifest the truth within ourselves. Everything and everybody and every galaxy, every dark hole, dark matter, dark energy, it's all part of that totality of truth. All the good, all the bad, all the beautiful, all the ugly, every rock, plant, sand, everything. Everything's included. Inhale up, exhale down. Just relax into it. Be gentle with yourself. If you need more of a challenge, you can push yourself a little bit, but don't push yourself so much that you're creating more pain into your system. Just move up, move down, get a rhythm. Now inhale one last time, upright position. Lean forward last time, grab the toes, ankles, or behind the leg. Exhale, relax into the stretch. And slowly inhale upright, full deep breath. Exhale. Now bring your soles of the feet together. Well, that's right. Let's bring our arms up again. I'm sorry. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Full deep breath. Stretch, stretch. Some of you know this better than I do. I'm very grateful for your gentle persuasion here. Stretch up. And exhale, relax down. Okay, now bring the soles of the feet together. Pull them in close as you can comfortably. And just begin gently bouncing the knees up and down. This will make it a little bit easier to sit in cross-legged position. This helps to increase the range of motion in the hips. You want to have a very fluid range of motion in the hips because of the sciatic nerve, which is the thickness of your thumb, is a big vein, or not, big nerve that runs down each of those legs through this hip joint. If your hip joint gets so inflexible and pinches off that nerve, then you get weakness in the legs, or you might get a lot of pain, whatever. You might end up in a wheelchair. This helps prevent all that stuff. Plus, this helps to balance out the energies in the second chakra, the water tattva, the sexual energy. First chakra, which we were kind of working on at the base of the spine, is working on the earth, helping you to stay grounded. balancing out the earth energies within your system to help you to stay in touch with the earth. You don't want to be a space cadet, like an airy fairy. You want to be a person that's well balanced, firmly rooted and practical with the earth plane, but appreciating the heavens and the higher chakras that project you to the heavens. Just a few more seconds. Just bounce up and down. Just a regular breath, long and deep. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If you can hold on to the toes. Now, if some of you are bouncing your knees off the ground, pull on the toes, pull up on the toes, creates more of a challenge. There you go. It's all up to you. Just let that energy flow into the joints there. Just bounce them up gently up and down. Okay, now stabilize your knees. Inhale in the upright position. Exhale. Just lean forward into the pressure of the stretch. You might go a long way. You might only go a little bit. Inhale up and exhale down. Take it slow. You don't want to force anything. Just be aware of the dynamics of that pressure of the stretch. Last time, inhale upright, exhale forward and down, relax into the stretch, and inhale upright. Okay. Now, come onto your hands and knees. Well, actually, come lying down on your back. This is going to be an interesting exercise. It's called the lower back lift. So you're going to put your feet flat on the ground so your knees are bent. They can be about a shoulder width apart, and if your feet are angled out, about a 45-degree angle. In this position, you're going to keep your head and shoulders on the mat or the floor, and your feet are flat on the floor. And you're going to inhale and lift the hips up, stretch up, this will help stretch out the lower back. Inhale some more, stretch up, stretch, stretch. If you can hold on to your ankles, that's ideal. Kind of locks you into place. I'm getting old, I can't grab my ankles anymore, but just do the best you can. If you got a belt, you can wrap it around your ankles and pull on that belt with your hands. Exhale, relax down. Stay down. Inhale deeply, full deep breath. Breathe into that lower back. And exhale, letting the tension go. Inhale. Exhale. Now, again, slowly inhale, lift yourself up. Again, be aware of the dynamics of the pressure of the stretch in that lower back. Keep lifting the hips and the navel. Stretch up, stretch. Inhale some more. Stretch, 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 stretch. And exhale, relax down. Stay down, inhale into that lower back. Exhale. Your lower back does most of the work for your back. Most people, when they have back problems, it's in the lower back because they carry the weight of everything else. So if you can get the energy flowing into that lower back, you can alleviate a lot of the problems. Okay, one last time. Inhale, stretch up. Stretch, stretch. Inhale some more, stretch, hold the posture, exhale. Again, inhale deeply, keep stretching up, exhale, stay up. Last time, inhale deeply, Inhale some more. Hold the breath down. We're going to apply the root lock. Muscles at the base of the spine, around your tailbone. Squeeze those muscles tight. Pull in the navel. This is going to bring the energy to your head. Squeeze tight. That's called root lock. Exhale, relax down. And extend the legs down flat. And just totally relax. Breathe long and deep. Arms at your side. Palms facing up. Just let the energy flow. Let the tension go. Let your weight release into the floor. Let your mind float free. Feel like the energy flows into the belly. We're slowly rising towards the ceiling. Feel all the way up. Your skin is a third lung. Every cell in your body takes in this breath, this pranic energy. As you exhale, let every cell release the tension, all directions. Now inhale, exhale. Okay. You're lying flat. Okay. Lift your head up. Look at your toes. Make sure nobody stole your toes. Extend your arms over the body, fingers pointing, palms down, over the body, parallel. Just lift your feet off the ground 6 inches and breathe powerfully, long and deep. Keep the lower back flat against the floor as best you can. Breathe powerfully. Some of you are doing breath of fire. You don't have to do it, but you can if you want. A lot of you don't even know what breath of fire is. It's okay. We're not. Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep going. 30 more seconds. If you ever went out for football, they used to do an exercise like this. This builds the core energy at your navel point. Helps to center that chi, that life force energy at the navel point. Your navel point is your power center. Inhale, last time. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath, flatten the back against the floor. Keep the legs up. Now slowly exhale, relax down. And totally relax. Breathe long and deep. Let the tension go, let the energy flow. Many times in a yoga set, we create a lot of tension, which is what we did. Just relax your head down, arms at your side. Just relax your head down. You don't need to watch me. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't hear me, raise your hand. I'm pretty loud, so I make sure the people in the back of the room can hear me. The people up front sometimes might seem like it's too loud, but so what happens is it's like a pendulum. If you swing a pendulum a little bit to the left, you put in a little bit of effort and you let go of that pendulum, it swings a little bit to the right. But if you create a lot of tension like we did, it's like pulling the pendulum way to the left. So when you let go of that pendulum, it swings deeper into a sense of relaxation. That's important, is to learn how to deeply relax. You know what you might do is just move to the other side of your friend there. That way you won't get trampled on by the people that have to go to the bathroom. There's an extra space there. He can move. I should have made that caveat that we have to leave room for the bathroom. It's a natural process. You're eliminating, you're letting things go. Just let your mind flow, let the tension go. Again, remember, every cell can take in the breath. If you don't believe your skin can breathe, way back in the 60s or maybe even the late 50s, they did the Goldfinger movie, one of the first James Bond. They redid Goldfinger, but the first time they did the Goldfinger movie, they had this one girl on the set that was totally painted in gold paint all over. And after a few hours, she dropped down, and I think she died. I'm not sure about this, but she definitely passed out because her skin wasn't breathing. She was asphyxiated. So you got to make sure your skin breathes. Make sure you don't use petroleum products on your skin like Vaseline, because that clogs the pores. If the pores get clogged, your body says, oh, the skin must be too thick, and so the skin gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and you're just compromising the integrity of your skin. There's a lot of natural products that you can get nowadays that help you to lubricate and hydrate and oil your skin. So just make sure they don't have petroleum products in them. Okay, now inhale, exhale. Now slowly turn over onto your stomach. We're going to do Cobra pose. Now, you can do it in a modified fashion. If you're not very flexible or don't feel you have the strength, the one key is keep the legs together, the heels touching. If you can just come up onto your elbows and forearms, do it like this. Breathe into that lower back. If you have the strength and the flexibility, you can put your hands down and push yourself all the way up. And this, relax yourself and let your body slowly relax into the bend. Just keep your focus up at the brow point. Breathe long and deep.
And you said heels touching?
Heels touching. There's not a two-legged snake. Though you probably met a few two-legged snakes.
True that.
Just breathe long and deep. Let your back relax and let go of the tension. Keep your heels touching. This opens up your heart center. It kind of reverses that forward bend we always put into our backs. Keep your focus up at the brow point. Just gently relax into it. Keep the heels touching as best you can. Some of you got your toes touching, but not your heels. It does a whole different dynamics on your hips. 30 more seconds. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale deeply. Stretch up, stretch back, and slowly lower yourself down on the exhale. Don't collapse down. You might bump your head, and that's not cool. We're not trying to create a head-banging generation. So if you're in a mosh pit, you might end up getting in with a bunch of headbangers. So just relax down, breathe long and deep, feel the energy, let it circulate. Again, let that weight release into the floor. You can rest on your chin if you're comfortable that way, or turn your head to the side. You can put your hands under your head if you're more comfortable, kind of creating a pillow for yourself. Now inhale, exhale. Now as you come up, sit back on your heels with the forehead to the ground as best you can. Just relax into what's called baby pose. Just drop back. If your heels don't touch your buttocks, that's okay. Just drop the head down and breathe long and deep for a few moments here. This is very beneficial. This gives you all the benefits, or most of the benefits, of headstand without all the treacherous, dangerous episodes that you have of falling over, breaking furniture, dislocating your neck. You know, just relax. Breathe into that brain there. This helps to flush out toxins in the brain. Keep breathing. Yeah, forehead to ground. You can have your head, you can have your hands in front of you, or you can have them down at your side, or you can support yourself with them. It's your choice. Just forehead to ground. Inhale. Breathe into that lower back as you were bending it the other way. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now very slowly bring yourself up to a sitting position. If you come up too fast, you might pass out because you've increased the blood pressure. The blood pressure drops way down when you come up suddenly, so you could pass out. Remember as little kids we used to do crazy things like that. You'd breathe a lot in and people would squeeze you, and you know, I don't know. I guess it was better doing that than sniffing gasoline out of the gas. Kids are always looking for a new experience. Well, yoga can give you some new experiences if you really put in the effort for yourself. Okay, now bring your hands onto your shoulders. Fingers to the front, thumbs to the back. I'm getting old, I can't grab my shoulders. Keep the fingers to the front, thumbs to the back. Now make sure we're crowded today, so when you're going to twist left, you're going to twist right. Make sure you don't bump into your neighbor's elbow, because if you tweak those elbows, it could give you a stinger. That's no fun. So keep elevating the heart center. Keep the head level. Don't get the head up and back. We're not doing a lollygaggers twist. You don't want the head down either. You want to stay level-headed as much as you can. You start getting yourself in learning how to stay level-headed. That's an awareness that you need. You know, people get way out of balance on all different kinds of levels. So you got to start training yourself to stay level-headed through all sorts of situations. Make sure you're breathing. That's important. This helps to lubricate the pads between the vertebrae. It's the only yogic exercise that does this. If you have a mini trampoline, you can bounce up and down. That actually moves that stuff into those discs, those pads between the vertebrae. Keep the elbows up as best you can. Keep that heart center elevated. Keep stretching the spine up. This will help readjust the spine. It'll help lubricate those pads. Every vertebrae has a pad between it and the other vertebrae. If it gets dried out and brittle and crumbles and got bone on bone, then you got chronic back pain, you got all sorts of complications and problems. Last few seconds now. Focus at the brow point, eyes closed, prevents the dizziness. And inhale to the center. Keep your focus at the brow point. Relax the arms down. Full deep breath. Keep your focus. Exhale. Keep that heart center elevated. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the neck locked in place. Keep your focus. Inhale. You have the body sensation trying to distract you. This helps improve your concentration. One-pointedness. Exhale. In martial arts, it's that one-pointedness that enables those karate choppers to break the bricks and break the blocks of wood. That's what your mind is, can be a laser of energy. Inhale, keep your focus. Exhale. Now hands resting on the knees. Inhale, push the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, let them drop. Inhale up, exhale, let them drop. This is an important exercise because this helps to move the lymph fluid back into the blood system underneath the collarbones. If your lymph system doesn't circulate properly, it gets backed up and clogged, you don't get proper feedback to the brain of what your immune system is, to what antibodies that the body needs to generate to fight off viruses and bacteria. That's because people don't move their upper body that much. Also because this upper body tension, since we don't move around that much because we're hanging out in front of computers and video games and texting and laptops and steering wheels and TV. We build in a lot of residual tension up here. That cuts off circulation to the brain. It's a physiological fact that if you reduce the oxygen supply to the brain, you're going to feel depressed. That's why so many people are on these antidepressant drugs. They're on opioids. They're doing all sorts of things to try to boost their awareness, I don't know, so they can get through the day. Just do this. This is like yogic Prozac, you know. It'll help create emotional balance because your shoulders, you learned how to coordinate these shoulders up and down. Sometimes people are so spastic they can't move their shoulders together. They're kind of doing like this. So you try to push both shoulders up and just let them drop down. Hopefully we can be in a, what we call a cell phone free zone. Let the rest of the world go to voicemail. Let your text store up for the next 20 minutes. Now, some of you, if you're not used to doing this, you might swear, oh my God, my muscles are turning to lead, and I feel like I'm going to get paralyzed. Well, just push them up and then just let them drop. You got to learn how to let go. Learn how to let go. Learn how to let go. There you go. Inhale up, exhale down. Last few seconds now. Powerful breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Keep the neck lock. Keep that neck lock in place. Keep that chin tucked slightly. Little kids like to call this the choo-choo train exercise because you sound like a choo-choo train. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. Stretch up the spine. Inhale some more. Elevate that heart center. Inhale some more. Stretch up. Tuck the chin in now. Chin to the chest. Inhale some more. Everything is up, up, up. Apply that root lock. Squeeze tight. Pull in the navel. Focus brow point. Feel the heat. Let it circulate because it's healing energy going through the body. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Exhale. Relax down. Oh, it feels so good to let go. Inhale, relax keep the head straight, full deep breath. Shoulders relaxed. Exhale, letting the tension go. Remember to keep that chin tucked slightly. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's drop the chin to the chest. And slowly inhale, rotate the head up around the back. And roll it around and exhale down around the front. Make sure you keep your spine stable. Keep the shoulders stable. Just focus on rotating the neck muscles in the head. Swivel it around. Work out the kinks. If you start swaying back and forth, you're not actually stretching out the neck. If you find in your life that you're very sensitive to pain and very nervous, reduce the amount of sugar that's in your life. That includes refined carbohydrates. White bread is nothing more than just a bunch of carbohydrates. Goes straight into your blood system, creates a lot of imbalance. It also makes the body very acidic, which makes you a candidate for all sorts of disease. Disease is like an acidic environment. You want to be slightly alkaline if you can get there. But don't rotate your spine, just move your neck. Don't move your shoulders, don't move your body around. We're not swaying around. We're not doing that. You're just keeping the head and shoulders. You're just moving the head around on top of the shoulders. Feel the stretch in the neck. This helps to stimulate that glandular system in the neck and the base of the skull and neck. Now reverse direction. Now inhale to the center. Full deep breath. Head straight. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, drop that chin down. As if you had a string on top of the head. It's pulling your head up, and you sort of pulls your chin back a little bit. It kind of rotates the skull a little bit, so you get that. You'll feel a gentle stretch at the base of the skull. Drop the head down, chin down. Chin is down a little bit. Not into the chest, but just pull it back a little bit and keep it down. Don't get it up and back. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, relax on your back for a few moments. Let this energy circulate. Let the tension go. And again, just let yourself breathe. Let the energy flow, let the tension go. Be aware of the dynamics flowing through your body, the tingling sensations, the heat, the cold, the aches, the pains. Just become the observer. Just observe what's going on. There's no right or wrong answers here. Just learn how to let the energy flow and let the tension go and keep the breath flowing. That's your lifeline. Your breath was the first thing you did when you got onto this planet out of the womb. It's the last thing you'll do when you move on to the next realms. So appreciate the breath, use the breath, draw on the breath, maintain the breath long and deep. When you breathe long and deep, you're filtering that energy of the breath through every one of your chakras. If you know what chakras are, they're energy centers. They're vortices, they're vortexes, or however you want to define it. There's energy, there's 7 of them in the body, and then there's the one that circumambulates around your entire body called your electromagnetic field. It's like a protective shield. When you're doing yoga, you become more alert, more aware, more sensitive, but at the same time, hopefully, you're becoming more and more in touch with yourself, that you have a greater sense of well-being. It's because of that energy field around you is strong and kind of buffers you from all the other stuff that's out there. This little chant that's going here are the last few stanzas of a long prayer that the 10th Sikh Guru Yogi Bhajan was a Sikh, and he draws a lot of his awareness because he was a Sikh, and so he was very eclectic. He had Jesus meditations, he had Buddhist meditations, he had Sikh stuff. He draws on the wisdom of Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh. He'll draw on wherever he can find it. He visited all sorts of spiritual, quote, spiritual masters and gurus when he was alive, just to find out what was going on, what was really genuine, what wasn't. Very eclectic, so he would pull in all this stuff and use it if he thought it was worthwhile. Never suppress a sneeze. It totally blows out your nervous system. If you have to, cover it with a cloth or a blanket or your elbow. When you sneeze, your wind velocity gets up there to hurricane levels of speed, wind velocity. You have a lot of power in your system. It's helping to readjust your pranic body when you sneeze. If you suppress it, you're going to create problems for yourself. Just a couple more minutes of this. Just breathe. Anyway, Guru Gobind Singh spent about 30 minutes describing all the aspects of the divine flow of what God is, or however you define that for yourself. Rapid fire descriptions. And these last few lines basically say, we've described many of the aspects of God, but the essential thing is, even with all these aspects that have been described, there's infinite nuances and possibilities and dynamics that we haven't even touched on. So, in a sense, your spiritual journey is a perpetual journey. Enjoy the ride. Take your time. Take time to smell the flowers on your journey. Take time to appreciate your fellow journeymen or journeywomen that you're dealing with. And realize that if you can't see God at all, this is one of Yogi Bhajan's favorite quotes, if you can't see God in all, you can't see God at all. So it's all about being aware that God is everywhere, including inside of you. So let that divine flow blossom in you. Let it manifest in you. That's what it's all about, the divine flow. Okay, now inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring yourself back. Begin wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring yourself back. Some of you have left the building. We'll bring you back. Exhale. Now inhale. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. This is a good way to wake up in the morning. If you've been in a deep sleep, you don't want to jump out of bed real fast. Rotate your ankles too. It's sort of like chewing gum and walking at the same time. And exhale. Now inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Just make sure you don't hurt your neighbors. You know, just stretch your arms overhead onto the ground. You can stretch out, stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale. Inhale. Now bend, rub the soles of the feet, palms of the hands together. I see that some of you have socks on. If you want to get the maximum flow of energy when you come to yoga class, take off your socks. It's your choice, but I'm just suggesting it. Okay, exhale, relax the legs down. Now bend one leg and turn that bent knee over the other leg to stretch out your hip. Just stretch out your hip, inhaling as you stretch. Exhale back to the center and do the other leg. Bend the other knee. Be careful of your neighbors. If you have water bottles, it's okay, but make sure you got the cap on tight because things get bumped. Things get bumped. Okay, now come back to the center. Now pull the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around the knees, keep your head and shoulders on the mat or the floor. Pull them into your chest. Try to get both knees there if you can. Help stretch out that lower back. Exhale, back off from the tension. Inhale, pull the knees in again. If you're doing one knee, do the other knee. Don't just do one knee. And exhale, back off the tension. Now begin rocking back and forth, side to side. Side to side. Now begin rocking forwards and backwards. And rock yourself up to a sitting position. Okay. We're going to finish with a nice little meditation. You're going to make your hands into a lotus. So you're touching the heels of your hands right here at the wrist. And you're going to touch the tip of your little finger and the tip of your thumb like this. And the other fingers are spread out like the petals of a flower. And they're right here in front of the heart center. Okay? The eyes are open and you're looking down towards the tip of the nose, and you'll probably see into the center of the flower. Your front teeth are touching tip to tip. You don't have to smile to do it. I'm just showing you. Tip to tip. And your tongue is kind of naturally going to be up against behind the front teeth. Now just hold this posture and just relax breath. Make sure it's a complete long deep breathing. You're inhaling slowly down into the belly, filling into the rib cage, filling the chest, shoulders relaxed, neck lock and praise all the way up top of the head, and then you exhale, letting the energy flow down. Letting it release. And just let the energy circulate. Front teeth touching tip to tip. Now if you drink a lot of coffee, you might have some jitteriness going on. Remember to keep that neck lock, head level. Some of you got your head up. Chin is down a little bit. There you go. Stay level-headed. Heels of the hands touching, fingers blossoming forth here, opening the heart center. Eyes are open, you're looking down at the tip of the nose, into the center of that blossom, that lotus flower. Lotus flower, excuse me, not locust. Oh my God.
We know what you meant.
Maybe not. Some people are very literal. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep that heart center elevated. You've got to stay open-hearted. Now, if your teeth are jittery, that's just helping to siphon off that excess energy that kind of gets locked into your jaw muscles. You kind of clamp down on your teeth, kind of suppressing things if you're frustrated or you're angry. You got to let that jaw hang loose, but front teeth are touching. And just circulate the energy with the breath. Now, if you're not used to looking down at the tip of the nose, it's a challenge. You're going to feel a lot of pressure right here at the brow point. You might also have the old wives' tale. Maybe your mother said, don't be looking cross-eyed like this. You're going to get stuck that way. It's not true. This helps to stimulate the optic nerve that crisscrosses at a juncture right there in the center of the brain where the pineal and pituitary glands. Helps to stimulate your glandular system there. Helps to balance things out. Your left eye is connected to the right side of the brain and vice versa. When you're looking down at the tip of the nose, you're balancing out the two hemispheres of the brain. There's a tendency for one side of the brain to dominate over the other. And then it'll switch back and forth. So just do your best and keep looking down toward the tip of the nose. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the heart center elevated. Don't let your flower wilt. Heels of the hands are touching. Open up that flower. Let it blossom. Let it bloom. There we go. Eventually your brain will balance itself out. It won't be doing this ping pong process of going from one eye to the other eye, back and forth. And when you can equally see down both sides of the brain, it means you're activating both sides of the brain in balance at the same time. It's often referred to as the shamanic experience, where everything seems like a vector of energy down to the core of your being. Just do your best and just relax into it. Keep that chin tucked slightly, just slightly. And feel a tension at the base of the skull, the back of the neck. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Your shoulders are very creepy. They're very sneaky. They tense up when you're not even, if you don't keep tabs on those shoulders, they get tense. So let those shoulders relax. Keep that heart center elevated. Some of your flowers have wilted. Keep those fingers spread. Linda, way in the back, your heart has wilted. Fingers touching. Now sometimes you feel like you're falling asleep, or you go into a dreamlike state. That's your subconscious boiling off. That can happen. You feel like you're half awake and half asleep, like in a dreamlike state. That can happen in your meditation. So whatever your thoughts passing through your mind, you almost leave your body and you kind of want to go into that world. So all sorts of dynamics that can happen when you're meditating. The idea is to keep yourself focused, go through the process. 3 more minutes. Let yourself relax. Enjoy the ride. Front teeth touching, tip to tip. One more minute. Finish strong. Perfect the pose as best you can for yourself. Hold still. Front teeth touching, tip to tip. Fingers spread into a lotus flower. Now inhale, maintain your posture, inhale some more, hold the breath, Apply the root lock. Muscles, base of the spine. Squeeze tight. Pull in the navel. Focus. Tip of the nose. Circulate the energy. And exhale. Relax the arms down. Inhale. Bring the arms up. Shake out the hands, the arms. Bounce the knees up and down. Shake it up. Shake your chest. Yeah, that's right. Shake it out. Got to distribute the energy. All right. Okay, and inhale, relax down. Now just sit quietly for a moment and become the observer. As an observer, you're just watching what's going on without judgment, without shame, without blame. There's no right or wrong answers. But there is compassion because you are experiencing what it is you're observing. So be aware of the dynamics flowing through the body. The heat, the cold, the aches, the pains, tingling sensations, the throbbing, the pulsing, numbness, whatever. Just allow it to be there. There's no right or wrong answers. But have compassion. Just be aware. Got to meet that dynamic person that you're constantly running around with, which is yourself. You don't want it to be a stranger. Be aware of your emotional state, whether you're happy, sad, angry, frustrated, calm, joyous, inspired. Whatever it is, allow it to be there. Again, there's no right or wrong answers. Focus within and just be aware. Have compassion for yourself. Be aware of the breath. We controlled the breath. Now observe the breath as it flows in and out of its own accord. It's a constant reminder that the universe is paying attention to you because of all the billions and trillions of people, all the billions and trillions of stars that are kept in their orbits. Everything is happening, but from moment to moment you have that rhythm of your heartbeat and you have that rhythm of the breath in and out. The universe is paying attention to you. Appreciate that. Allow it to be there. Just observe without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion. Be aware of your thought patterns. Your mind goes from one thought to the next. You have hundreds and thousands of thoughts throughout the day. They somehow get stored in your subconscious, or maybe they pass right on by, but your mind can be very, very active. So just observe your mind. Where does it take you? Again, there's no right or wrong answers, no judgment, no shame, no blame. Whether you're dwelling on the past, the present, the future, people, places, things, relationships, pets, your job, your finances, what you're going to watch on TV later, whatever it is, just observe. Where does your mind take you? Pay attention to what's going on inside. I'm not going to do anything up here that looks, but you need to watch. Just focus on you. You're the important thing here. And as you can observe the body, the emotions, the breath, and the mind, there's a vast part of your consciousness beyond these four dimensions. If you can observe these dynamics, there has to be a perspective in your life that's beyond these four dimensions. So dwell within that part of you that connects you with your unlimited self, connects you with your infinite self, connects you with your undying self, connects you with the cosmos, connects you with your divine self, however you define that for yourself. So dwell within your soul or spirit without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion. All these five elements, they all coexist. They're all happening simultaneously all the time. So consolidate your experience into one complete experience of who you are at the moment, without judgment, without shame, without blame, with compassion, body, emotions, breath, mind, and spirit. Now inhale and exhale. We always end each class with a little song. It embodies, it's kind of a summary of why we do the yoga in the first place. So let's bring our palms together, center the chest, and inhale deeply. If you don't know it, you'll learn it eventually if you keep coming. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. And we'll finish with the long Sat Nam. Sat, the totality of truth. Nam, the unique manifestation of some element of that truth happening here and now. So inhale deeply, full deep breath. Fill all the way up. Elevated heart center, shoulders relax all the way up, top of the head, neck lock in place. So God bless this earth with peace. God bless this earth with peace.
God bless this earth with peace.
Sat Nam.
Satnam.
Quick announcement. Guru Ganesh, the one, Sat Nam, the grace within you, he's going to be here on Thursday giving a concert over at Yoga Phoenix over on 12th Street and Oak.